Hello everyone and welcome to English 101, Writing and Rhetoric. This is our first weekly update. I will send weekly updates every Sunday to give you a little overview of what you can expect from the week. This is just the first one. It's a video. I can't always guarantee that it'll be a video because I do have two small children. I have a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old and a husband who's a healthcare worker, so I'm home a lot with them and I hardly get any time to myself to make these videos. So if I can't send out a video, expect a written announcement in our course announcements, just like where you're finding this video. But let's go ahead and get started in this week. The very first thing I want you to do this week is to go through our course menu. Okay, we have quite a few things in there. It's pretty straightforward, right? We have our announcements where you'll find these weekly updates as well as any other updates I send out. We have faculty information, which is where you can find my email as well as my office hours and things like that. My office hours aren't set, right? It says 2 to 4, but really whatever time works for both of us, I'm okay with. We can meet via Zoom, phone call, whatever works for you. Just let me know. I'd be more than happy to meet with you anytime you need. We also have the syllabus schedule. That is where you will find obviously your syllabus and your Unit 1 schedule. Please read through the syllabus, become familiar with it. This is our course contract. It's very important that you know what's in there and understand everything that's in there. If you have any questions about it, please reach out to me sooner than later, because by staying in this class you are agreeing to the terms in that syllabus, and I want to make sure that you feel comfortable with everything that's in there. Your schedule, very important. It gives you an overview of all the things that are expected of you for each week. Unit 1 only takes us through about 4 weeks of the semester, but I will be sending out those schedules every time we open a new unit. Usually I'll open up a unit in advance so you can see it, but you will have schedules for each unit, and they will go over the readings and homework assignments for that, for each week of that unit. Okay, the next tab you have is your assignments. That's where you're going to be spending most of your time. When you click on that, you will see the Unit 1 folder, which takes us into our first unit, which is the This I Believe essay. For this unit, you will be writing an essay about a belief you have. That can be a funny belief, or it can be serious, whatever you want. But you will be writing about something that you believe in. This will be read by other people, so make sure that you choose a belief that you feel comfortable writing about. If you look at the Unit 1 important information and look at the prompt, it'll go much more in depth about this, but again, you'll be writing about a belief that you have. You'll talk about how you gain that belief and how you use it in your life today. So our first unit is going to be a personal narrative. Again, go through that important information. It has things like student examples, an outline you can use. It has the rubric that I'll be using to grade your essay. All of that important information. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so that's one of your assignments for this week. Go through, read that, become familiar with it. Okay, we also have things on our course menu like peer grade. That's our peer review platform that we will be using for this class. We will use it pretty often, almost every week, starting next week. So I'll get a little bit more into that next week. You have your discussion board, which you'll be using this week to introduce yourself. MLA information. Right now I just have a template in there for you to use for your first essay. It's set up in MLA format, so really you just have to change the information to your own information. 24/7 online tutoring. That's where you can get your work reviewed by other people outside the classroom, professionals. But if you're going to use one of these resources like the 24/7 online tutoring, or if you're going to use the Writing Center through CWI, please make sure you're doing it in a timely manner. Don't turn it in the night before. It's not going to get done in time. Make your schedule, schedule it a week in advance so that they have enough time to really give you good feedback. Okay, and you also have your My Grades where you can see your progress for the class so far. Let's talk about the schedule for this week. So on Monday, you are expected to go through the class, get familiar with it, click around on things to see where things are. I've kind of taking you through that, but you're not seeing it visually, so make sure you're going through and seeing all the things that I'm talking about now. Also, make sure you're reading the syllabus, getting really familiar with it. You're going to be taking a quiz on it for Monday. That quiz is due at 11:59 p.m., so make sure you get it done before then. You can take this quiz as many times as you want. So if you don't get them correct the first time, make sure you go back through and make sure you are correct. Those questions focus on things that I think are important for this class. There's only 5 questions, so make sure you're getting those done. On Wednesday, you have 2 separate readings. You have Ken McCrory's The Poisoned Fish, and you have Chapter 1 of The Academic Writer. Both of those are located inside the Unit 1 Week 1 folder for you. I know some of you guys might not have your book, so I did scan Chapter 1 for you guys to review. Complete both of those readings. Then you'll need to do for homework, you'll need to do your introduction to the class discussion board. That will be you introducing yourself to your peers and myself. So if you can, include a photo so we can put a face to the name, as well as responding to some questions about the poisoned fish. I will send out a response to the poisoned fish after you guys have done. I don't want to give too much away right now, but just know that it's the type of writing that I don't want. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're reading that. And then you'll also need to complete journal number 1, which covers rhetorical sensitivity, which is something that I will reference quite often in this class, especially for our essays, because you do need to be rhetorically sensitive when you are writing to specific audiences. So think about that when you're reading through Chapter 1, because you're responsible to that will be in journal number 1. Both of those are due Wednesday by 11:59 p.m. For Friday, you will need to read through your Unit 1 important information if you haven't already. Again, that covers all the important information that you'll need to know for Unit 1. Use those to your advantage. Get familiar with this unit before you make your topic proposal, which is something that's going to be due on Friday. Okay, you'll also read the Academic Writer Chapter 2, which talks about doing close readings and writing summaries. You will practice that with a This I Believe essay from the This I Believe website, which you will be doing summaries of next week as well. So make sure that you are browsing This I Believe website, looking at those essays. You can read them, you can listen to them, whatever you want. But for journal number 2, you're going to need to choose one of them to answer the questions from that from chapter 2 in the Academic Writer. And again, both of those are due Friday by 11:59 p.m. So if you have any questions about either one of those, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. I will also include all of this information below in written format, maybe a little bit more clear that way for some of you. Some of you guys like to read, some of you guys like to watch videos, but I will do that as well. I look forward to this semester and getting to know each of you, and I'm excited to start. I hope you are too. See you guys soon.